Trees can talk to each other? Yes, seriously. They can warn their neighbors about danger. They send food to their children. And they even seem to remember things. Sounds like science fiction. It's not. Scientists around the world are discovering that trees and plants may not be as silent or simple as we once believed. In fact, some experts now believe plants show signs of thinking, feeling, and even a kind of awareness. This isn't fantasy, this is science. And what you're about to learn may completely change how you look at every tree, plant, and flower around you. Stick with me till the end, because the truth about how plants communicate, defend themselves, and maybe even think is wilder than anything you've seen in a movie. For a long time, people believed that plants were just simple living things. They grow, they eat sunlight, and they stay in one place. That was it. No thoughts, no feelings, no awareness. But in the last few decades, scientists have started discovering things that make us question all of that. They've found that plants can detect danger, warn their neighbors, share food, remember things, and even solve problems. Some researchers now believe that plants may show early signs of something like intelligence. Not the kind we know there's no brain, no nervous system, but something different. Something we don't fully understand yet. It's called plant intelligence, or plant awareness, and it's turning everything we thought we knew about plants upside down. Let's start with something amazing. Plants can communicate. Yes, seriously. They talk to each other, not with words or sounds, but through chemical signals in the air and even through underground networks. One of the most fascinating discoveries was made by Dr. Suzanne Simard, a forest scientist from Canada. She found that trees are connected to each other through a network of fungi under the ground. It's like the internet, but for trees. Scientists now call it the Wood Wide Web. Through this network, trees send messages. They can share nutrients, warn other trees about danger, and even support younger trees by giving them food. Big old trees called mother trees actually feed their young seedlings and help them grow, especially when they are weak or struggling. This means trees aren't just standing alone. They're part of a community, a network of living organisms that care for each other. It's one of the clearest examples of plant communication, and it changes how we think about forests. But it gets even more interesting. In Africa, researchers studied acacia trees. When giraffes started eating their leaves, these trees released a chemical into the air, a warning gas. Nearby trees picked up that chemical and quickly produced bitter compounds in their leaves to stop the giraffes from eating them. This means that trees don't just react to danger, they warn others in advance. That's not just instinct, that's behavior with purpose. It shows planning, cooperation, and response to an outside threat. All of these are signs of intelligent activity. Literally, scientists are now looking at how roots behave, and it turns out they're doing some pretty smart things. The tips of roots are extremely sensitive. They can sense gravity, moisture, temperature, and the presence of other roots. When roots grow, they don't just push through the soil randomly. They make choices. They avoid obstacles, grow toward water, and even avoid the roots of competing plants. Some scientists believe that the tips of roots act like the brains of plants. Italian scientist Stefano Mancuso says that plants don't have one brain like animals do. Instead, their intelligence is spread throughout their entire body, especially in the roots. This is called modular intelligence. It means that, instead of having a control center like a brain, each part of the plant can process information and make decisions. That's an entirely new way to think about what intelligence means. Even more weirder thing is that plants seem to have memories. In 2014, a group of researchers tested this on a plant called Mimosa pudica, also known as the touch-me-not plant. This plant folds its leaves when touched. In the experiment, researchers dropped water on the plant repeatedly. At first, the plant closed its leaves each time, but after a while it stopped responding. It learned that the water wasn't dangerous. The most shocking part? The plant remembered this even after 28 days. That's a very long time in the plant world. This shows that plants can learn and remember without having a brain. Think about how crazy that is. We usually connect memory with brains, neurons, and minds, but this plant had none of that, yet it still remembered an experience and changed its behavior. Another great example is the Venus flytrap. This plant eats insects, but it doesn't just snap shut when something touches it, it waits for 2 touches. It's counting. If a fly brushes against its hair once, nothing happens. But if it touches it a second time, within 20 seconds, the trap closes. That's not just a reflex, it's logic. The plant is saving energy by making sure it's not closing for nothing. It's making a decision. Again, no brain. But clearly, some kind of information processing is happening. Can plants feel pain? Most people think pain is something only animals feel. After all, pain helps us survive. It warns us when we're hurt so we can protect ourselves. But plants can't move, right? So why would they feel pain, science tells us? When a plant is damaged when an insect bites it, or when it's cut, it sends out electrical signals. It produces chemicals like jasmonic acid, which helps it defend itself. Some plants even release tiny popping noises when they are stressed or hurt. These sounds are too high for humans to hear, but researchers have recorded them with special devices. Could this be a form of crying out? We don't know. Some scientists believe that while plants don't feel pain the same way animals do, they do have their own way of experiencing damage and responding to it. Others argue that calling it pain is going too far. But even if it's not pain like ours, it shows that plants experience injury, respond to it, and even warn others against behaviors that hint at awareness. So what does this all mean? Could it be that plants have a kind of consciousness? First, we need to ask, what is consciousness? If you think consciousness means having thoughts and emotions like a human, then probably not. But many scientists now believe that consciousness might be a spectrum. It's not just you have it or you don't. Different creatures might have different levels of awareness. Dolphins, chimpanzees, and even birds show signs of self-awareness. Dogs and cats have emotions and memories. And plants? Well, they sense light, sound, pressure, touch, temperature, chemicals, and even danger. They react to all of these in smart ways. A theory called integrated information theory says that consciousness comes from how much a system can process information. By that standard, plants could have a very basic form of consciousness. Not thoughts, not dreams, but something. Something we've never truly understood. Next time you walk past a tree, stop for a second. Think about what it might be doing right now. Is it warning a neighbor? Is it feeding its child? Is it remembering something that happened days ago? We may never fully understand how plants experience the world, but one thing is clear, they are far more alive than we ever imagined. If this video opened your eyes, hit the like button and subscribe for more content that challenges the way you see the world. Share this with a friend who still thinks plants are just decoration. And let us know in the comments. Do you believe plants can think, feel, or communicate? We'd love to hear your thoughts.